Well, good morning. Jamie again here. I thought we were well on with gluing the hull, but as you can see, it's got freezing cold and started to snow, which is not really compatible with epoxy. So we're on hold for the gluing at the moment. What I think we can do perhaps is go and find some timber and start to cut out some of the stiffening pieces which go on the transom and the frames inside the hull. Let's go back inside and get out the coat. Well then, I forgot to record this, but here we go. The transom currently in the boat is a single 6mm piece of plywood. It looks a bit like this. The first piece is a brace which goes along the top, made from 20mm thick softwood. We have to then tie that to the keel, so there's a vertical piece goes in next, and then there's two braces going to the chines. Once everything's done, and I've got the gunnels on, and I'm sure the boat's square, I can then trim the top off to have the nice curved upper deck, thus. Well, I've learned something. I'm a terrible YouTuber. I've managed to finish because the weather got warm, and it was quite a while ago when it was cold actually, but day job gets in the way. But I suppose that's the point of this build. So the fibreglassing's all done, and I'm busy pulling out these tie wraps, which was really satisfying at first, but it's getting a bit monotonous actually. Right, we'll see if I can get any better at this. Sorry. Hello, this is Shelby, my daughter. Are you the big one or the little one?
Big one.
You're the big one. And how old are you and how long you've been building boats?
11 and about, I don't know, since you started it.
Since I started, so a few months.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're both amateurs. So what have we been doing today?
Fiberglassing the boat.
So I said it was all finished. I didn't mean that. What I meant was I'd finished that fiberglassing. So we've got more to do. But something we've been meaning to do for a while, and Shelby's done it for me because she can climb inside the boat, is this doubler here for the watertight hatch to go on. So she's done that, clamped it up. We've started to tape around the, the bottom of the frames in. So these will come back and we'll fillet that with some nice sort of paste made from epoxy and milled fibres. I forgot the word. So she can get in and out of the boat. We have a step, but it was getting a little bit tippy, wasn't it? Yeah. So we've screwed some wings. You see, we've got some wings that we've screwed onto the base, but then that became a bit tippy. So we've got this beam screwed to the bottom. Now, when last we spoke, I was away going to measure and cut bits and pieces to go on this here transom, and well, they're in. So that was supposed to be like a whole YouTube video, but I'm a bit terrible at this, so yeah. But I've done it, so you know, we just forgot to take any videos because, well, we're not very good. So, you know, it's a bit drippy, that's all right. We've started to tape this in too, so this has only just gone back in. Turned out, actually, the first time I put it in, I trusted the lines that I'd drawn on the planks, but it was squint. Shelby here discovered that, didn't you? How did we discover that? Do you want to explain to our dear audience how you discovered that Daddy had built a boat that was wonky? You've forgotten, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we did some measuring. Like, we measured the corners of the transom compared to other stuff, and well, we were half an inch out. So the boat was longer on one side than it was on the other, and now it isn't because we fixed it. And now that we fixed it, you can see that it's tie wrapped again because I took it out. Well, there's a stick. I was using a stick to push things around. I don't want to actually glue to the boat. There we are. Yeah, so we're tie wrapped in. We just started fiberglassing, but we actually used a bit more resin than we thought, so there wasn't enough to finish down here. So I'm going to leave that for a little bit. I'm going to come back in the afternoon and do more. But for now, we have a swing to re-rope, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we go get started on re-roping the swing?
3 swings actually.
3 swings. Well, that'll keep me going. And I can practice my knots ahead of learning how to sail a cutter, rather than like a basic fore and aft rigged cat boat, I suppose. Oh well. Right, let's go then. We're still not any good at this social media content malarkey, but we're trying. Well, it's Sunday and it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon and I've failed again. I'll tell you what, I just keep forgetting to set the camera up on a stand, and then I've mixed the epoxy and I'm thinking it's eating into its pot life now and I need to get started. So well, I've done more fibreglassing and I haven't shown you yet again. So we've got both sides of frame 8 here, and this is going to be the mast partner. The mast will be stepped just down in there on the keel there. That's done. Frame 4, the one Shelby did, that one's glassed in too. I haven't done frame 1 yet. That's just spot filleted. That's got a reasonable hold. It was the best of the ones that I spot filleted, so I figured I could do that last with the taping. They've got to go over and get a bigger fillet, and then I'll tape in again with the 75mm tape over it. And the transom. So I ran out of fiberglass before, but that's all taped in round the bottom now. So it's still on its tie wraps because of course I've just added it in after doing the stiffening, which is nice and strong now. So once that's cured, we can cut away those tie wraps and then tape over it again, filling in the gaps. I've started power sanding. Did some on the inside, not here, but I did here. Doesn't need to be great. Most of this is going to be hidden by the thwarts, as far as here's concerned, and then there's going to be the ballast tank down in the middle. But I do want to knock the high spots off, because when I put the 75mm tape over it, I want it to be reasonably flat, because I won't be able to go back and sand then without sanding through the bigger tape to get to the high spot which was caused initially. So it just seems sensible to knock that off with the power sander. So need to do that in there. Just getting ready for the big tapes that go over, that fill all the gaps. I've started doing a little bit of fairing on the outside. Look, I can run my hands over it. I would have got splinters before. But got the power planer out, straightened up the stem. That's looking nice. There'll be a 20mm by 20mm square Iroko stem post. Gets glued on the front of that. There'll be a nice breast hook to go in here just to stop this. Stop them changing angle, but I think I'll put the gunnels on first to make sure everything's in the final shape. I've got most of this side, most of the port sides faired in already actually. It's not feeling too bad. And again, I wouldn't have dared do this before. My hand would be full of splinters by now. I've got to be a little bit careful. Look, there's one. But yeah, not looking too bad. Not looking too bad at all. Power plate sander battery went flat, so I haven't done the starboard side yet. And also I was hungry. I will try and get better at generating actual video content when I'm doing this, but I need to bring the camera stands down here before I make up epoxy. But yeah, thanks for watching.